Good day. Welcome to our NewsNest application. I'll be going through today all the features and all the news improvements and implementations put into the application for POE Part 3. I've linked the video presentation for POE Part 2 down in the description, which explains more of the APIs and the Firebase database for sign in and the chats and everything included in that. But this video, primarily, we are only focusing, as I said, on the new features and implementations, as well as going quickly through the existing application for POE Part 2 as a whole. So without further ado, let's just start the application. Okay, so now we're going to be going into the NewsNest application. So we're going to click on the NewsNest app. I'm going to go in and you're going to be met with a nice splash screen with our logo embedded into it. And here you're going to see that we brought into the sign in page. And in the sign in page, this is where we find our first feature, which is the biometric authentication. But first, I do want to tell you that I'm going to be reading off the rubric and I'm going to be showing you that every criteria has been met. So the first one is the app runs on a mobile device, which is this is my phone. And the second one is biometric authentication. Now, over here, we have our normal sign in email password button as well. And here with our fingerprint icon, you can tap on it and you can use your fingerprint to actually sign in if it is been authenticated in the application. But for now, I'm going to create a new account so you can see how it all works. So I'm going to go and create a new account and I'm going to be brought into the sign up page. And here, this is where I'm going to create a new account. So I'm going to add an image. I'm going to go here, maybe just add an image. And this is where I'm going to sign in. So I'm going to say Simon. And here I'm going to say Simon at gmail.com. And here I'm going to say Simon123. Here I'm going to say Simon123. Now here I'm able to then add my fingerprint. So once I click on the add fingerprint button, it pops me with my fingerprint authentication and I can use my fingerprint to actually sign in. So that's what I'm going to do now. And the authentication has succeeded. And that is the biometric authentication in itself, which has been implemented perfectly. Okay, and also I just wanted to show you that I already showed you the authentication biometric thing in the sign up page. Now I want to show you in the sign in page. So I'm gonna go to my settings and I'm gonna log out, and I am gonna be showing you that the authentication in the sign in page works. So I already showed you here that adding a fingerprint while you creating an account works. So here I'm gonna show you that signing in with your biometric fingerprint works as well. So here I'm gonna use my fingerprint and it's gonna sign me in to my application, and there you go. So I'm gonna say not now, and you can see that I just signed in as Simon, which I just created now. So that's how the biometric feature works. And then going through the application, this is actually another feature that we have, which is a real-time notification. And I'm going to be showing you how it works. So here's going to enable notifications so you can stay updated with the latest news. Please enable notifications for the best experience. So now, before I actually do the notifications, I'm actually going to say not now so I can just show you the rest of the app, and then at the end I will show you the notifications. So I'm going to say not now, and just going through the rest of the application, I'm going to show you just the features we implemented in POE Part 1 so you can see. So this is our splash screen. This is our homepage, sorry. And this is where you can access all the news in real time. If you click on a news article, we're able to then go into News 24 and using an API that I did explain in part 2, you can then read the articles. So yeah, basically this is how this feature works. And then categories was our first feature. Here you can go into any categories and then obviously just read more on a specific sport. Like here you can come in and you can read a specific sport news. Same with the other categories as well. I'm just going to show you one more. Top stories for today. You can go in and you can just read one of the top stories going through. If I click on this one, you can read the story as well. So basically that was our first feature, the categories feature. Our second feature was messages, so you can message people on the actual application. Obviously, I signed in, and I don't know if you saw there's a toast popping up saying notifications need to be applied. I will apply that now. But obviously here I can see me logging in, and I can chat to anyone here that has been successfully added into the application. So here I'm gonna chat with myself here. I'm gonna say, hey, how you doing? I'm gonna click there, and then it is updated here as well in the front end. And I'm gonna message one more person, and I'm gonna say myself here, Frank Ocean. I'm gonna say hey. So this is how the chatting feature works. And obviously if I was on the phone and I was signed in as Frank Ocean, obviously then our conversation can converse as well. And that was our second implementation. Our third implementation was dark mode. As you can see, it turns the whole application into dark mode. I will enable you now, but yeah, every part of the application turns into dark mode, and that was our third feature. Now coming into POE part 3, now that I've shown you everything that we did, I need to show you offline mode. So the way offline mode works, if you go into our home page and I switch off my Wi-Fi, as you can see over here, when I refresh the page, it takes me to the offline mode. And this, how offline mode works, is all the cached details of each article is then expressed here. Some images have been cached, other images have not been cached, but that's totally fine. So if you go into an application, you can just read the heading, the title, and as well as a short description. Obviously if the image was cached as well, then obviously you can just read a little bit of the details about the news, current news going on that have been cached while you are online. Over here it's talking about Trump, and yeah, so basically this is how offline mode works. If your Wi-Fi is off, it then checks and see if there's any network connectivity issues. If there is, it then takes you to the offline mode here. And obviously if I refresh and I'm still offline, it's still gonna keep me in the offline mode. And obviously here I can just read the simple details, titles, image of the current news. And then now when I go back online and I turn on my Wi-Fi and I just refresh the page, let my Wi-Fi just load up in the corner. Cool. And I refresh the page, it's going to take me back to my online application, and you can see that yeah, we are back for the online application. And that's basically what the offline mode is. It just caches the already existing articles from your home page here, and it again, it just you're able to read the details, the details of the news articles, like your heading, your images if it is cached, and as well as your details for the description of each article. And obviously some images are cached, some are not, and that's only because, and then it's then replaced with our logo as well, so you can just see how it is. And that's basically the offline mode. So now I'm going to go back to the online mode and I'm going to show you the rest of the application. And the rest of the application is multi-language. Actually, let me just show you the notification. So basically, if you go out the application, and you come back in, if your notification has not been set, you still be prompted for a notification, as you can see here. So it says enable notifications, stay updated with the latest news. Please enable notifications for the best experience. So here I'm gonna click enable, and it's gonna take me into my settings page for my app notifications for NewsNest. And this is where I then click whether or not I want to allow notifications. So I'm gonna say yes, allow notifications. I'm gonna go back into my application, and notifications in this application works in two ways. So now if I refresh this page while I'm while I'm online, and I refresh the page, the notification is gonna come through now. As you can see, notifications come through saying tap to view the latest news. News articles are available. So anytime there's news articles are available, new the notification then pops up, and then users can tap on it, obviously, and you can go in, and obviously you do hear a notification sound, and anytime news articles are then put into the application, you will get a notification. And the second way in which the notification works is if you're offline. Right now we set it so that just for the video purpose, every minute while you away from the application, you will begin a notification saying there's new news and updated news articles as well, because obviously news is always concurrent and is always going through, so there's always going to be an updated latest news article. So here we're just going to wait for a minute. I'm going to skip forward maybe in the video so you can see that a notification will pop up, but we're just going to wait for the notification to pop up now. Okay, cool. Now the notification has popped up. So obviously it's set to a minute right now, obviously because of video purposes. But obviously now you can see that the notification for latest news articles have been updated, and a notification has been sent to our phone. And now we can click on it. Obviously here as well, you can also see in the icon that there's one new notification for our NewsNest application. You can click on it and you're going to be sent into our application. There you go. And that's how the notification feature works. And it works in two ways, like I explained, when you're on the app or when you're outside the app. Obviously, we're going to change the time limit from 1 minute, obviously, because of video purposes, to a set time. But yeah, that is our notification feature done. So right now I showed you that the app works on our mobile device, biometric authentication is done, offline mode is done, real-time notification is done. And now I'm going to show you multi-language. So if we head over to our settings page and we go into settings, we can see our name, our Gmail, the dark mode feature as well as switch language features. Now this toggles from English to Afrikaans, which is one of the South African languages, one of the more popular South African languages. And once I click on toggle on the button, you can see that everything does change to Afrikaans. So every setting, everything in navigation bar as well turns into Afrikaans. If you go to this, the home page, as you can see, everything has been turned into Afrikaans, except for the actual news, because you can't actually because since we're retrieving from an API, you can't actually turn the news into Afrikaans because it is taken from an API. But everything else, functionality wise, in the application is turned into Afrikaans. Even if you go here, lees meer, like you can read more, categories have been changed to Afrikaans as well. And yeah, that's basically every other thing that needs translating Afrikaans. And obviously if you come back here, you can then toggle back to English and switch the languages, and then you're back to English. There you go, and you're back to English. So basically that is how the multi-language works, and has been excellently implemented into the application. And the next thing we have on the rubric is user-defined feature. Now the fourth user-defined feature on top of the three that we built for POEPART3 is the search feature, which is actually in our homepage, as you can see here, and we can actually search for the news. And while we search for the news, it will tell us whether there is current news about what we search, or and if there is, it will pop up. If there isn't, it will show that there's no current search news. So if I say dog, as you can see, no current news has been found. But if I said Joburg, nothing as well. But if I said rugby, no. But if I said Trump, as you can see, Trump is there, and you can search for news as well. So I'm gonna go here, I'm just gonna search Trump, and you can see that Trump has been searched. Trump has popped up here because there are two articles relating to Trump. if I go Nigeria, there should be articles about Nigeria popping up. So yeah, these are just our searched articles, and this is the fourth user defined feature that we have on the application. You can just search through the news articles embedded into our application. And obviously, if there isn't, like if I type random words, it says no current news found. But if I say Nigeria again, then obviously it does search it just search the news as well. So yeah, that's basically how our search feature works, and that is our fourth user defined feature. And our fifth user defined feature in our application, and the final user defined feature that we put, is a chatbot. So basically, over here in our navigation bar, you can see a chatbot. We go into it, and you're going to be brought and displayed into our chatbot. And now when we do type in a prompt and we ask it to you can ask it any question. We can say, hey, it's gonna say, hey, hello there, how can I assist you today? I'm gonna say, can you please give me the latest news of South Africa? And it's gonna prompt us, and it's gonna give us the latest news of South Africa. And there we go. So it's going to tell us every detailed political developments, ANC, economic news, social issues, international relationships like BRICS memberships, and any other notable events going on. So if I say, please, what is the news in America? And obviously now that I prompted it now, it's gonna show me the news for America, because it is a chatbot. And here we are implementing Gemini using an API key, and then that's where we're fetching the chatbot responses, and it already coded and implemented into our application. So now that we said, please, what is the news in America, you can see that it gives us the top news stories in the United States. You can use this chatbot for anything, but obviously since this is a news application, you can obviously ask it for the news and everything. So that is our user defined feature number 5. And according to the rubric, that is everything that we need to do for POE part 3. So I have showed you that the app does run on I have showed you that the app does run on a mobile device. I've showed you that the authentication, the biometric authentication. I've showed you offline mode. I've showed you the real-time notification, as we can see here. I showed you the multi-language and I was also showed you the user-defined feature number 4 that we implemented, which is the search feature right here. And I've also showed you our user-defined feature number 5, which is our chatbot. And yeah, that is basically the whole application. And yes, this is our NewsNest application. Thank you so much for watching. Other features have been implemented. Again, app runs on mobile device, biometric authentication, offline mode, real-time notification, multi-language, user-defined 4 feature, which was our search news engine, and our user-defined number 5, which was our chatbot. And yeah, that is all the features needed for POE Part 3. And thank you so much for watching. Yeah.